Hello and welcome to this techie tip from Manelico Business Solutions. This is going to be on how to use your how to share your Google Calendar on someone else's iPhone. So this is a little bit different than just having your calendar, your Google Calendar put on your iPhone, which can be done this way in the way I'm going to show you. This is just a few more steps than is necessary for just having it on your own iPhone. If you just want to have your Google Calendar on your iPhone, just follow. You can do that through your iPhone in your settings, your calendar settings, and go through the setup that way. This tutorial is not going to be about that. This is more about how to have your calendar on someone else's phone other than yours. So a couple of examples would be if you're a direct selling team leader and you have people under you and you want to share events with them, or perhaps your booking calendar so they can shadow you at upcoming events. Or if you are wanting to share your calendar with a family member or your spouse, you can have your booking calendar and upcoming events and dates on their iPhone, your calendar on their iPhone, so that you guys can communicate and schedule better, which is what I use it for. So you'll see me reference that throughout this training here. But let's go ahead and get started. Again, this is for Google Calendar on someone else's iPhone other than yours. So this is for you if you use Google and if you have an iPhone. So the first, hold on a second here. Let's get started with the slides here. The first slide is basically a dashboard of your Google Calendar page. So in order to get there, you must be logged into your Google account. So you're going to want to do that by, if you're not already logged in, go up to the top and go to google.com/calendar. You'll be prompted to log in, and then you will be on this page. If you are already logged into your Google account because you have Gmail up, and you simply go to google.com/calendar, you will also arrive here. You can also see that at the top there, if you're in Google, in any of the Google formats, whether it's Google Docs or YouTube or you're in Maps, they're kind of dark gray, almost black menu bar up there will have the option to click on Calendar, and you can get to your calendar from there. So once you're here on the Google Calendar page, you want to go see on the left side there, you will see My Calendars. There's a, on the left side of menus, there's a little drop down there, and you can hover over that, click on that, right where it says My Calendars, and what will happen is it will give you an option to create a new calendar. So this is how we're going to walk through it. As you don't have a calendar on there, you're going to create one. Or if you do, maybe you want to create a separate one that you're going to share with a specific group of people or a specific person. So you click on Create Calendar, and that's going to take you to the Creating a New Calendar dashboard, and you're going to type in there the name of the calendar. So we're going to play around with this one. We're going to call this our Booking Calendar, which is what I named it there. And then you're going to want to scroll down to the bottom and click on the Create Calendar that you see there at the bottom of the screen. That's going to get you back out to your dashboard where you see on the left side under My Calendars, the calendar that you just created is there, and it's whatever title you gave it. And if you click on the little drop down there, you can see different types of options that you have for that calendar now that you've created it. There's different settings you can apply. You can even choose the color that you want it to show up on your calendar. So if you have multiple calendars, color coding them really comes into play. You want to select Calendar Settings and click on that, and that's going to bring you to this screen here. And what you want to do is down there in the center where you see that little graphic of the calendar, scroll down to that, and you'll see there where it says Private Address, there is going to be a green iCal button. You can either right-click on that, and then a pop-up will appear where you can select to copy the link location of your private address iCal calendar, or you can just select iCal and it'll open up this window that will give you your private address. Now, the reason we're working with a private address as opposed to a public calendar is that this is going to be specifically for the people that you share it with. So there are other ways you can share your calendar. You can do a public calendar, and there are benefits and to that as well as a few things that maybe you don't want to use it for. But for purposes of this, we're actually setting up a private address URL so that people who have it can access your calendar. So what you want to do is you can also, once this window pop up, you can just right-click there on the link and copy link location. Either way, get it to your clipboard so you can copy it. And then you want to X out of here to get back to the screen that we were just on. Now that you have that copied to your clipboard, you want to go into Gmail. So since we're already here logged into Google, simply click on Gmail up at the top to get to your Gmail account. What we're going to do here is compose a new email. You simply click on Compose Email, and you're going to send this link. So you're going to open up this new message window is going to open up. You're going to paste that link that you just copied into a new email, and you're going to send this to the person that you want to share your calendar link with. So when that person gets that email, they're going to want to open it from their iPhone. So that's really critical. This is the best way to get it on their iPhone is to simply open that email that you sent to them using their iPhone. So don't open it at work, here at work, or your laptop at home. Simply open up the iPhone and have them open it up and click on the link right there directly from their phone. And what will pop up is this prompt to subscribe to the calendar you just created. It'll have the name of it. We created it, Booking Calendar, for this tutorial. And the person who is receiving this email will click on subscribe, and they will get another prompt letting them know that this booking calendar, or whatever you call it, has been added to their calendar. So, and they can go and see the events that are on there and everything you've added to it. So they simply just click done, and they will be moved back out to their main, wherever they were on their phone. But here's a screenshot of just a basic homepage screen so I can show you what to do, what it would look like on there, and once they go into their calendar. So this person will click on the calendar icon, wherever it is on their phone, and they'll come to their calendar here, and we'll see the different screenshots that you can do, different calendars you can view by clicking up on the top right corner where it says calendars, and that's going to show you the different calendars that you have on the phone. And again, this is the person who's receiving the email. And under subscribes, you kind of have to scroll down a bit. There's a section of all the calendars you're subscribed to. That calendar will be listed on this person's phone as a calendar that he or she is subscribed to. And that's the booking calendar that we just created there in the center. So you can check it or uncheck it to display whether, to note whether you want it displayed on your iPhone or not as one of the calendars that you are viewing. You can turn this on and off. The user can turn it on and off whether they want to see the calendar that you subscribe to or not. So this is checked and it's on. So I wanted to kind of go back and explain how this would look on your end when you're booking something. And the example I like to give is I'm out at an event and I'm getting ready to book a show, a future show. So I'm doing, as a direct seller, I'm doing a home party, and the hostess wants to book a show, let's say on September 19th. And so I'm going to pull up September 19th. I'm going to add her in as an event by clicking on the little plus sign up there to add the event. And then I'm going to select which calendar I'm going to add this event to. So here's a screenshot of some of the calendars on my phone. And the booking calendar is the one we're going to use for purposes of this demonstration. I also want to point out down there that you'll see I have a calendar called Monica, and that's a shared calendar that I share with just my husband. And the booking calendar is one that's more available for my team or my customers to view. It's a more of a public calendar, and it has less details in it than my personal calendar, which I just called my name, Monica. So you'll want to see these under the list of the Gmail calendars. So where you see there that I have written, it says highlighted in a red box, Gmail calendars. That will actually display your Gmail account name. So whatever your username is in Google will appear there, and these are all the calendars created under that Google account. So we're going to click on the booking calendar, And I'm going to just put in here really generic. It's a home party in San Francisco with the date and the time. I'm going to set the date and time in there. And then the last option at the bottom is where to book this. So when I'm booking it, I'm going to add it to the booking calendar. You can click on that that calendar bar down there to select which calendar you want to add this to. You can even set one of these calendars to always be your default. So in this case, the booking calendar is always my default. So this is where I'm going to book this. And then I'm going to give you a second example. I'm going to book the same party. And let me go back so I can show you what I mean here. So here I put home party in SF, San Francisco, with the time, 6 to 8 p.m. on September 19th. And I put it on my booking calendar. I'm also going to go in and actually put in some details. I'm going to book this with Sally Jones. I'm going to put in her address because I'm going to need to know that, to arrive to a party. I'm going to put in the notes section, her phone number, her email, all the kinds of things I need, and the date and time. So this is going to be a little bit more specific. And you'll notice that this information is actually going to my personal calendar. Now, this is the calendar I share with my husband. So he knows exactly where I'm at and has the address and location and all of that. And that could be a really good just safety precaution, a practice you guys can make. Make sure somebody knows where you're going to be if you're doing a lot of these types of events, especially in the evening, especially if you're going alone. So that's just the difference I want to show you. I will put just a generic party location and time, general location like the city or the district, and the time in my booking calendar, but I'll put the actual hostess details of the address and everything in my personal calendar. And then I will go into my Gmail and actually send the link to my personal calendar to my husband for him to put on his phone, but I will send the link for the booking calendar out to those who I want to have access to my private calendar. And then this is just another screenshot I wanted to add. When I go back into my calendar view for the 19th, I will show 2 events listed down there. The first one is the one I put on my booking calendar, which is coded blue, which we set up in the Google Calendars in the settings, came up as blue. And then I coded my private calendar in red. It's kind of like a rose color there. But it shows 2 events at the same time on my calendar, but on anyone who has access to either of those 2 calendars, it's only going to show up for them once because my husband has access to the red dotted calendar, and then my team has access to the blue dotted calendar. So it's showing up twice on my end, but depending on who's got the link and who's using it. I really hope that was helpful. I think this is a good practice to have just to be able to communicate with either family members, team members, business partners, and you just simply share the link, make sure they open it through their phone, and it will be, if they tap on it through their phone, and it'll be automatically a subscribed calendar on their phone. And then anytime you update it, it's instant. So, if I'm out doing an event and I plug in this, Sally Jones party on my husband's phone, he will have that already on his phone. If he loads his calendar and checks my calendar, the Monica calendar, he'll see that in there. And it works both ways. If he's trying to make plans with his buddies and wants to go to a game, next month, if they're planning it a month in advance, he can look it up and say, oh, she doesn't have any events, I'm going to go ahead and book it. He can book it right there on that calendar, and I will see it. And now I will know, as I'm talking to Sally Jones, that date is not available. Let's shoot for the next weekend or whatever we're going to work with. So again, like always, I really hope these are helpful. You can get more tips like this on the fan page, fb4ds.com. You can go to videotips.monelico.com to get to our YouTube channel and subscribe that way. And we'd love to hear from you on the Facebook page, YouTube, wherever you feel comfortable. And be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a lot more tips that way as well. Take care. Bye-bye.